Greetings everyone, Spartan here, coach of the Victor Velvetini. Welcome back to the LDL off-season VGC. We are week 5, going up against Wreck and Mike, coach of the Virginia Victinis. So before we begin, I do want to mention that made it to the playoffs. It's only 6-week, so understandable. So since I won 4 games in a row, managed to pull off the playoffs. So I'm kind of not trying to play this game seriously because I know for sure that I have a feeling that I'll be facing against Mike in the playoffs eventually. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm not gonna play too seriously. I'm gonna play and gauge off of what I'm seeing and try to learn a little by little, and hopefully I can improve in a potential rematch. But with enough about that, let's look at the team as, which consists of Alakazam, G-Max Colossal, Comfey, Gastrodon, Indeedee, Metagross, Galarian Moltres, Pheromosa, Primarina, Sableye, and Tapu Koko. So a few things to mention about his team. This was the team that I was worried about because I picked up the Metagross. Initially he had a Stakataka, he had a few other mons as well, but changed them up. His team consists of Psychics, and as much as my Dark type can beat them all, it's going to have a hard time because one of his Dynamax captains is, of course, Metagross. And Metagross, as I praised before, is a fantastic Dynamax user. The other one is Galarian Moltres, which I could probably see him bringing in it. That powerful stab of Dark and Flying is really good. The ability Berserker is fantastic for a mon like this that could just tank hits and then get additional damage boost out of nowhere once it loses like 50% of its HP. That's very concerning. He has 2 powerful water types in Gastrodon and Primarina. Gastrodon is a really good Storm. Primarina, really good offensive mon, really have fantastic spread moves, and able to go with flip turn. So if you wanted to, you can bring G-Max Colossal and try to go for flip turn on Colossal, get the speed boost, and proc like weakness policy, and go to town with G-Max Colossal. Colossal is very scary just because of that. I think his special G-Max attack allows it to deal chip damage as long as it's not a rock type. Alakazam, very powerful, especially since he also has Indeedee. He has both forms, male and female, but still, regardless, Indeedee is probably what he's gonna bring. Especially the fact that Indeedee has like good support, follow me, helping hand, has some good moves. It even has expanding force, we can use on its own, or have Alakazam provide it. The only confusing part is the fact that he has Sableye and Comfey on a team that has Psychic Terrain. I don't know about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sableye, I actually don't know about Sableye too much. I know it has Prankster with Prankster, but I just don't see it. And then Comfey, gosh, that's about it. Tapu Koko and Pheromosa are his fastest mons, and not gonna lie, I could probably see maybe Pheromosa because Pheromosa kinda pops my team. I have to be mindful of that mon. Tapu Koko, not so much. Have counters against it. Not too worried about it, but still a mon to be concerned. Overall, out of the monster he has, I definitely see him bringing Metagross and Indeedee. I definitely see him bringing G-Max Colossal and Primarina. He could also bring, or if not Primarina, G-Max Colossal, Galarian Moltres and Pheromosa. And then the last one, definitely Gastrodon because of my Draco. Probably Tapu Koko. So without further ado, let's get into the team. So I didn't really prep too hard. Since I'm already in playoffs, I'm not gonna like stress about prepping a lot. I'm just gonna prep what I think is good and just go with it. I'm not gonna prep too much into it. That way I can able to gauge off what he's bringing and give myself an ideal way of trying to countering his team in a potential rematch. So first up is Professor Rillaboom with Assault Vest, Grassy Surge, so I can provide the grassy terrain. I am indeed it is so I am need 0 IVs in speed. That way that I am speed tying a potential 0 speed, negative natured female Indeedee. Hopefully setting up my terrain second. If I set up my terrain second, it won't affect my team too much. Especially with the fact that it could block my priority on overall. Anyways, the moves I added on Rillaboom are Fake Out, Knock Off, U-Turn, and Grassy Glide. Grassy Glide, of course, especially with Grassy Surge. I could have went with Drum Beating, but I didn't see much of a purpose, especially I tried to go for like Drum Beating on a Mon that has clear body and can't even lose its drop its speed unless it's its own. So there's that. U-Turn for momentum. Fake Out for hopefully sashes if and to gauge off what my opponent would try to do, and then Knock Off to get try to get some information off items that my opponent has. Next up, what isn't broken, you bring it again. Bringing Weakness Palsy Gigalith with Body Press, Heavy Slam, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. Another drill. It is. Surprising enough, Gigalith has like the same attack and defense stats as Metagross. That's interesting overall. But other than that, I have to be mindful because Metagross can have Weakness Policy. If I don't play my cards right, I could accidentally proc it. Metagross become. I have to be mindful of that. That's the purpose of Gigalith. Next up is Bakasura, the Bisharp. Focus Sash, Defiant with Lash Out, Sucker Punch, Iron Hand, and Taunt. Another thing I learned, Lash Out isn't a great move. This is also commentary, but I try to speak it in pre-commentary, but technically post-commentary wise, I didn't read the description of Lash Out. I thought that it does twice the damage if the opponent's stats were increased. I guess I overlooked it and I reread it, and it's actually doubles the power if the user had the stats lowered. So that was my bad. Okay, right now. I didn't understand that concept of Lash Out, so that's on my part. But I still think Lash Out is good, especially with the Sharp with Defiant. So, sort of way, you have to play around it. Hey, sometimes. Anyways, Taunt is good, especially to block off some of his mons, especially. Iron Head is good. It's just good damage overall. And Sucker Punch, just in case if the psychic terrain is down, I can be able to go for Sucker Punches and try to deal as much damage as possible. Up, I'm bringing Pele the Marowak. With Thick Club, with Lightning Rod, with Detect, Will-O-Wisp, Poltergeist, and Burning Jealousy. Burning Jealousy, and the spread is interesting because I made it so that it wouldn't like take too much damage from special attacks, especially from something like Indeedee. Not lose by it, so I'll still be able to deal some damage against it. Oh, I'm tanking hits against it. Burn Jealousy is really interesting, which is also a move that I kind of misunderstood, that got me confused with Flash Out. Burn Jealousy, what it does is that when an opponent's stats was raised at the same during the turn that this move is used, the opponent's Pokemon gets burnt by it. Hopefully this helps out. Poltergeist is really good. As I mentioned before, it doesn't really hit Indeedee by having Burn Jealousy really nice. Plus Will-O-Wisp for Chip, just in case, and Protect for scouting. Next up, I have Kukulkan. I made it a little bit bulky, but still a little bit offensive with Hurricane, Taunt, Icy Wind, and Tailwind with safety goggles. Icy Wind is pretty much where it is faster mons like Pheromosa, Coco, Alakazam. Try to slow them down so that my Susan of the Raikou can be able to do some damage. Thunderbolt, Scald, Discharge, Marl, Huckleberry, Wonderful. Much the concept of it is 4 tornadoes for my Raikou. Marl is really interesting because it does drop the opponent's special attack by 1. Plus, it becomes like Max Darkness. I'm on like Metagross, but I have to weaken it because apparently it doesn't KO since Snarl isn't a strong move. If it was like a better Dark type move that's special, then maybe that's not the case. I'll have to be mindful of that. That's the team before some team builders technically post commentary. Because I initially had it beforehand, but I ended up redoing it because of misinformation, and I didn't want to provide that misinformation. That's pretty much it. That's the team that I'm bringing. Not too serious. I'm just trying to play it out and gauge on what my opponent brings. That's about the team. And without further ado, let's get into the battle. This is week 5 going up against Wreck-It Mike, coach of the Virginia Victinis. This is going to be an interesting game because I'm not really bringing the team that I really wanted to bring, but at the same time, I still want to bring what I wanted to bring. So we'll see how things go. I'm already in playoffs, so whatever happens in this game, it's not really going to affect me too much. So it is what it is. So let's see what he brings. Okay, okay, he did bring the Pheromosa. Okay, I had a feeling. Let's go with Rillaboom and try to see if he brings out just the Sableye first. How about this? Let's go for Rillaboom and Bisharp, and then go with Marowak and Raikou in the back. And see how things go from there. Like I said, even if I lose, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But it will give me some information. for a potential rematch in playoffs, depending on if my opponent wins this game and the next game. He needs to win 2 games to be locked into playoffs. Chair. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see what he sends out first. Sends out Sableye, I switch out. But he does. Okay, so good information. Let's go for the switch out into Marowak. And then go for the taunt onto this. I feel like Iron Head is the play here. So let's go to an Iron Head into Sucker Punch. Switches out, okay. Goes into Metagross. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Hear me out. I am gonna go for the Burning Jealousy and Lash Out onto the Metagross. It'll double punish the Metagross overall. Of course, I could have targeted the Sableye spot because Sableye does have ally switch, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. But Burning Jealousy hits both opponents, so okay, he does Mega Evolve. I mean, not Dynamax. Okay. So if I can make my play right, I can actually punish the Metagross in some capacity. Wash. Don't know how to feel about that. That's alright. Next Quake. Go for the Marowak. He does. Okay. Alright. I could still bring this back. Go for Raikou. Let's go for Dynamax and go for the Max Lightning. And then I am going to go for another Lash Out because I haven't shown Taunt. I'm going to keep that in the back burner. Because if I can hide the fact that I have Lash Out, I mean not Lash Out, but Taunt, that would be fantastic. Let's go for the... Let's still go for the Lash Out. Damage is damage. I don't want to make any random predictions. And I have the Shuka Bear, so I will survive one of the hits from this mon, so should be okay. Go for the Shadow Sneak. Okay, he's gonna go. Okay, good play. I guess. Almost dead. Goes for the max Quake on Bisharp, right? Good play. Good play, good play. But Metagross should die in the next turn. Okay, that Rillaboom gets burnt. All I care about is next Lightning again onto the Metagross, and then let's go for the knockoff on the Sableye so I know what item he has. Right? Yeah. Next Quake. I have the Shucka Berry, so I will survive this. Not much, but I still survive regardless. Actually, thinking about it, I could have went for... I think I messed up here. It'll give me some good information here. Eject button. Okay. Interesting information. Okay. Now goes Metagross. He can send out the Pheromosa and finish me off, actually. But getting some information off on the items is very beneficial, so I'm still going to go for the knockoff. That... I still rather go for the electric. And then just go for a knockoff on the Pheromosa so I can know what item it has. It should be Focus Sash. Goes for the Quash, that's totally fine. Does a review turn on Rillaboom, unfortunately. For the B speed. What is speed? Speed, just speed, okay. Hey, DD. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go for the discharge since no one else is on my field. I don't know if I survive whatever attack it goes for. I'm just gonna go for the discharge. Good information I'm getting, which is good. The Quash. Go Fire, okay. Understandable. Paralysis on the Sableye. And the Indeedee, okay. Go for the discharge again. Shadow Sneak. It kills. Okay. That's game 1. This gave me some information. Unfortunately, I did not get any information on the Pheromosa, but I think it's Focus Sash, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. Alright, so let's go try that again. Okay, I'm still gonna lead off with Bisharp. I'm gonna reveal the taunt. And then Tornadus. Let's go with Tornadus. Oh. Raikou. Gigalith. Tornadus. Try that. Let's give that a shot. I feel like he's gonna bring in the Gastrodon this time. We'll see, we'll see. But this will definitely give me some information. Sableye and Pheromosa, it's the same lead. Dropping Raikou. This time I will reveal the taunt, shutting down the Sableye. And then I am gonna go for the Scald on the Pheromosa. And if I can punish the Metagross switch in, that'll be fantastic. Trick? Raikou? Okay. If I can punish the, Ooh, damn, that's a lot of damage. Let's go with Gigalith. And then switch out into Raikou, because I think Gigalith might help me out in this matchup. Right now, I'm going to switch out into Raikou or Tornadus. Let's go into Tornadus. Oh wait, no, not Bisharp. Bisharp can do Iron Head onto Sableye. I need to shut down that Sableye as best as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead, go into Tornadus. Goes for a U-turn on the Bisharp. I survive. I am gonna go for the Tailwind. I think going for the Tailwind is better here. Just to be on the safe side. Iron Head back onto the Sableye just to make sure it's KO'd. I don't have to worry about it later, and then I'm gonna go for the Tailwind. Because Psychic Terrain doesn't affect self-indulging priority from Prankster, so. You should switch out the Sableye though. No, it does not. Okay, so I go ahead and take out the Sableye. Nice. For the Mystical Fire, that's okay. So now, so now he doesn't have a way to burn my Gigalith. So I'm gonna bring it back in Gigalith. I am gonna go for the Dynamax. And I am gonna go for the Max Steel Spike onto the Indeedee. And then I am gonna go for the Hurricane should be the play. No, I want to make sure Metagross is slow, but that's still okay. I'm gonna go for the Indeedee. Focus down on the Indeedee. This is a tough matchup, not gonna lie. But it is giving me information on how a certain mon on this team works. So that's actually really good. Follow me, that's totally fine. I was gonna focus down on the DD overall. Steel Spike. Natus. Okay. Interesting. That's all I was gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna go into Raikou. I'm gonna go for the Max Steel Spike again, because that's actually gonna help me out. I don't want to do a discharge. To protect. I'm gonna focus down on it anyways, so that's okay. Focus on getting my defenses up. Just so my body press can do a good amount of damage. Totally fine. Alright, Sandstorm subsided, so I'm gonna go for the Max Rockfall. Right? His last two Mons. And let's go for the play it safe. Let's go for the Max Steel Spike one more time. No, let's go for the Max Rockfall, so I can guarantee that I have some spit death. Totally fine. I'm at +2, so nothing. It shouldn't kill. Yeah, that definitely doesn't kill. Down go Indeedee. The end of both of our Dynamax. Sends out Pheromosa, which is totally fine. It is what it is. I mean, I did try to bring it back, so. So I did my best overall, I feel, in my honest opinion. For the Rock Slide. Nice game. GG's. GG's. So that gave me a lot of information to look forward to in a potential rematch of my opponent here. Really good game. He brought some really good stuff. So good on him. But I think I know what I'm gonna bring next time.